Hello, this is Mario Martinez. I'm a clinical neuropsychologist, and I have some ideas for you to begin the year or to begin any kind of new task. Usually, the advice given is well-meaning by most people who either don't know how the brain works or are not considering how the brain works. You're told that you should do an assessment of what you did the previous year, to look into the things that worked and didn't work, and to make commitments and to make resolutions. Those are not really very effective ways of looking at new information or new time and space, which is a new year. The reason is that the brain pays more attention to the things that don't work than the things that work. Why? Because it's a survival component. What works, you don't have to fear, but what doesn't work could be a threat to survival or even to meaning. So rather than going back and rerunning what didn't work and rerunning how you're going to do it better, you can't predict the future. You can only develop tools to deal with uncertainty. And the way to do that is to forget resolutions, forget doing a rerun on the past, and then make a commitment, not for any particular thing, but a commitment that you're going to be looking at uncertainty, at novelty, with curiosity as your guide. That's it. It sounds very simple, but what you're doing with the brain is you're saying, I'm not going to be creating a future here because I don't know what the future is. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be prepared for the future with the ideas that I want without making commitments and things that you're going to break. Those commitments don't work because the future is, by definition, not definable. You can't predict it. What you can do is you can have ideas of what you want and then come up with a plan. Once the idea comes into time and space by the kinds of things that you want to do, then at that point, then novelty is your guide. Novelty, which means curiosity, the ability to look at things a new way. That's how successful people work. To make plans and to make all these wonderful setups of how it should be just sets you up for failure and disappointment. Some of it works, but in general, you can't predict the future. So what you can do is you can create what you're going to do with the future. It doesn't mean that you don't plan. It doesn't mean that you're just going to be living in the here and now. It doesn't work that way. What you do is you have general ideas of what you want, and then you develop some plans for those ideas, always knowing that uncertainty will come in as part of the process that we have in perfect world. And then rather than trying to go back and think of how you did it before, look at curiosity, look at novelty. How can you do it differently? That's how geniuses usually work. And that's why they come up with new formulas, new ideas, new discoveries. So you can function at that level. What you're doing is you're forcing your brain to come up with strategies that you may have never thought about before. So that's what I'm suggesting to you. Forget the resolutions for the new year and begin to explore and cultivate curiosity, the ability to discover in the middle of uncertainty. And you're going to find you get a lot more done because it's counterintuitive, but it's really working with the way that the brain functions rather than wishful thinking. So enjoy and Happy New Year and curious. Forget resolutions.